Barbara and I are so excited to be with you today so that we can help you with some of the financial aspects of your life. Today, we're going to be talking about the importance of networking and why it matters and how to build and make the most of your network. You know, power networker, author, entrepreneur, and speaker Porter Gale wrote a book titled Your Network is Your Net Worth. And she explains that your financial success, your net worth, is directly correlated to your ability to build your social capital.
You know, that's interesting, Nancy. I never really thought of it that way, but that really rings true. You know, networking is really an essential business skill. If you want to grow your business or cultivate professional and personal relationships, and you really want to build strategic alliances, you've got to network, you know, and then also really having a diverse network is so important, not just people just like you, but with different life experiences, different backgrounds, industries, ages, different professions, really are all invaluable to help enrich your experience and your perspective in so many ways, both personally and professionally.
Totally agree, Barbara. And it's interesting. I was reading a passage from Marie Kondo's book, Joy at Work. And Marie Kondo suggests that we build a network full of people whom you enjoy spending time with and helping, who care about your development and your success, and with whom you're comfortable revealing your setbacks and seeking their counsel, which really speaks to the importance of building trust and cultivating true relationships. And she goes on to explain that you can have a more fulfilling life and contribute more to the lives of others when you're comfortable. Then she applies her approach to getting rid of clutter to relationships that no longer serve you. And she suggests that you say goodbye with gratitude and nurture those connections that you decide to keep.
So let's go through a few strategies that will help you build a successful network, whether that's in person or virtually. You know, first, be intentional. You know, quality over quantity, which is kind of so much of Marie Kondo's belief, right?
Yeah.
Focus on who or what an event is a hell yes. And your time is too important. So if it will not be a good use of your time, then just say no, thank you. You know, that's something I'm working really hard on doing, as Nancy knows. You know, and prepare in advance of an event, you know, so that you can make the most of the event and the opportunities to connect with others. You know, determine in advance what outcome you want and think of some questions that you know would be good ones to ask. And if you can get a list of the attendees before the event, absolutely do so. And with time permitting, try to do a little research on them again so that you can seek out the people that you would like to meet. And in our virtual world where you're not going to run into somebody, if you see somebody on the Zoom or whatever platform program you're on, maybe you ask the host if you can have an introduction to that person at a later date.
Such a great point, Barbara. And the other thing to keep in mind is that networking is about giving and not just receiving. So really be ready to offer support if you can, because it can also be so powerful to take the lead and ask someone, what does support mean to you? How can I help you? And who's a good person for you to know? That's so powerful. And in many cases, it's unexpected by the person that you're talking with. And always be intentional with your own ask. You know, be clear in what would be most helpful and most meaningful to you. And Barbara, to your point, in these virtual events, I know that we often try to have breakout sessions so that women can connect more meaningful versus than a large gallery. So share in your ask in the breakout room what your ask is, and don't miss that opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great timing to put one out,
Sure.
right? Next, have a positive mindset. You know, do your Amy Cuddy pose before the event and, pause and take a deep breath so that you're present and not in your head, and that you're really able to make that connection and that you can project your authentic self. Then really after each event, reflect on the experience. what went well, what might have helped you create a better outcome, so that you can make sure that next time you can incorporate those learnings and use these experiences more productively to strengthen your network. Whether it's virtual or in person, follow up in a timely manner. I don't know if you knew this, Nancy, but research shows 70% of us will not follow up with someone after we've been to an event. Don't let that be you.
So true, Barbara, and you certainly want to be memorable. The other thing that we would encourage you to do is manage your mindset and think long term. Understand that building a network, a successful network, doesn't happen overnight, doesn't happen in one or two encounters with someone. It's a process that takes patience and practice and perseverance. And if you've met someone who is a good contact for you, think about how can you stay in front of them? Share articles based on something that they might have mentioned in your conversation. Or if you've met them virtually, maybe think about getting together outside perhaps, or a different location that might be safe for the two of you.
It's a great idea. This process takes a lot of patience and practice and perseverance, right? And then third, create an inner circle in addition to a broad network, right? I don't know if you're aware of the research report, Nancy, that I think Notre Dame and Northwestern did this together with their graduate students, and 75% of high-ranking women executives maintain a female-dominated inner circle. And it's so important. Not only did it help them elevate their role when they had at least 2 to 3 women in their network, they were 2.5 times likely to be higher than women with lesser ties. And it has a direct correlation to compensation and financial outcomes.
Yeah, very true. And it's really important with respect to this inner circle to be mindful of that this really tight-knit group of women should be made up of women who you trust and who have your back and your best interests at heart. Most importantly, when networking, be your authentic and courageous self. So important to show up authentically. So considering everything that you have going on, what is one action that you can take to strengthen your network, and one action you can take to strengthen your net worth so that you can make the most of your one precious life?
And share it with us. The power of putting it out to the universe makes it more likely that it will manifest itself in your life. Thanks so much for watching.